Thank you, Kareem, for cutting those up. On the review, on the first page, do you have any questions you want to see you go over, have questions about?
You have a question on
For sure. Okay, for number 1, you should have just graphed these. The first one starting at positive 3, up 1 to the right 3, down 1 to the left 3, connect the points. Make sure you have arrows at the ends. The other one, starting at positive 1, go up 1, left 3, down 1, right 3, connect the points. And the solution is where they cross at negative 3, 2.
That's it.
That is it. So solving systems by graphing is just graph it, find the solution, find where they cross. If they don't cross, they're parallel lines. They have no solution. If they overlap, so let's say you look at the two equations, you see they're exactly the same, or you solve them and you see they're exactly the same, that would be infinitely many.
Thank you.
And then that would be you drawing one of the lines and drawing another set of arrows, or highlighting over it something that shows. Yep. For number 4, you have to solve both equations, get it in y equals mx plus b before you could graph it. I'm going to do this simultaneously. Subtract 8x from both. And divide everything by 3.
Y equals negative 8 over 3 plus 4.
You're talking about the first.
Oh.
Right, you're talking about the first one.
Yeah.
On y equals negative 8 over 3x minus 3. Yes. Say that again. Okay. Without graphing these, I can see these have the same slopes with different random steps, so these are going to be parallel, no solutions. Still graph it though.
Can I mark that? Wait. The second one. You can't graph that, right? Because it's going down, I guess.
Should be able to graph it. Yeah. Because you can go the opposite direction.
Oh,
So
right.
The first one, I can go down 8.
Right. And then to the right.
And to the right.
Right.
That's okay. And then the other one, starting at negative 3, we can go up 8
To
to the left 3. But they should be parallel lines that won't cross, so no solution.
okay, so I
Moving on to substitution, questions in that section. Seven, 4. For number 7, we're looking for a variable that is by itself. You could really solve for any of these, but the easiest would be the variable that's by itself. So get rid of 3x. It doesn't matter whether you put negative 3 minus 3x or negative 3x minus 3 here. For graphing, they need to be in y equals mx plus b, but for here it doesn't matter. And then take that expression, put it back into the other one where y is. We did a lot of word problems this week using substitution elimination. The math is the same. Here we're just not solving for word problems.
No.
When we combine and let terms, what happens?
12. Oh, 0.
They cancel out, become 0. And then we just have negative 6 equals negative 2, which is no solution. If they were the same, it would be infinitely many. Other substitution questions? I will say for number 10, there isn't a variable by itself, so you just have to pick a variable, solve for it. You'll have fractions, substitute it in, and keep going. For number 11, set them equal to each other, and so on. Okay. Elimination questions? Say it again.
17.
So for elimination, they have to be the same. You have to add or subtract. Also, some of your substitution or elimination questions might look like the other type. But if on the quiz, on the test, it says solve by substitution or elimination, do whatever it says. If it doesn't say, then you have a choice. Great. Do we want to eliminate X or Y? I've heard mumbles, but okay, X. So if we're trying to get X to be the same, we need to multiply the first by 10 and the second by 7. If you want to multiply one of them by a negative instead of just positive numbers, you're welcome to do that. You don't have to, but you can. So we have negative 70x minus 70y equals 0. Negative 70x minus 70y equals 0. Light bulb should go off right now because these look the same. So that's going to be what type of... Solve it still. So to eliminate, we would add or subtract these.
Subtract.
Subtract. So if they're the same, always subtract. If you're not sure, put it in the calculator. But when I subtract, what happens? Everything is 0. So
When do we add?
say it again.
When do we add?
When they're different. Positive and a negative.
So then what's no solution?
If they're two different ones.
And there's no variable.
Right.
So wait.
The one we
No
listed.
variable there?
Yeah, I get it.
Other questions in elimination. Questions in word problems?
I think we did a lot of them.
We did a lot of word problems this week.
It's my living room.
10, yes, let's go back and do 10. This is substitution.
Sorry,
So this is the one I was talking about that you have to pick a variable, doesn't matter which one, you're going to have fractions. Just do that. Which variable in which equation do we want to get rid of? Or I'm sorry, solve for, wrong thing. Y in which one? The first one, okay. So if we're solving for that y in the first equation, we have to get rid of 3x. Divide everything by 5.
I think they're really hard. They just take a long time.
Say again.
I don't think these are really hard. They just take a long time.
It's really repetitive. It just time consuming. Yes. These because of what we saw for it, would be nice decimals if you wanted to change them to 0.6 and 2.6. If you wanted to. Or you can leave them as fractions, it doesn't matter. But if you had solved for x, you'd have 3's and you'd have to leave those as fractions. So let's put this back into the second equation where y is. I'm going to leave them as fractions. If you put them as decimals, that's fine. So we have negative 6x plus 6x plus 26.
That's a lot.
So that'll be.
That would be infinitely small. So 11, because they're both set equal to y, set them equal to each other. And then pick and choose how you want to solve that. Let's say I move 4x. We have 0 equals 1x. No.
Oh, wait.
It is a solution. So we still have to put that back in. If I put 0 back in,
So which one?
doesn't matter. You did the same thing either way. Y would be
8.
Okay, so.
0 can be part of a solution. If the variable disappears, that's when it's no solution or implemented. Questions on that one or other? Laughing because you guys like did the hum of agreement and that's easy.
I was
Thinking about this.
yeah, because it was like 4 times 0 and then after 0.
Word problems, any of those? And those can be, we can solve it completely, we can just set it out. If any. Waiting because some people are still. If we don't have any other questions, you guys can keep reviewing for the rest of class, work on Delta Math. Really just that, because there's no more retakes. So work on review, work on Delta Math, let me know if you have questions, work together, use this time wisely. Tuesday is your quiz, so make sure you practice and